Yes. Speaking of something that's not great, let's talk about Disney Star Wars.
Shocking.
Even though Lucasfilm has told us the playbook time after time for the past decade, they have been very honest with their audience and telling them, if you don't agree with them, if you don't vote for who they want you to vote for, think the way they want you to think, they don't want you as a fan anymore. They're in search of an entire new fan base. Yet somehow the next thing comes around and people think, well, maybe this will be a little bit better. And that was kind of the case for Andor, because
I have not seen this trailer.
There's been pretty positive reaction to the Andor trailer. This comes out, I think, in September on Disney Plus. And people are thinking, you know what? Maybe just a story about the Empire and Rebellion, a dark, gritty spy thriller. You know, maybe without getting all this other original trilogy stuff involved, maybe it could be cool. Well, that is until we get this type of an interview. Exclusive. Andor is Star Wars' scurrilous take on the Trumpian world, Fiona Shaw tells Empire.
I'm so tired of this.
Fiona Shaw describes new Star Wars series Andor as a great scurrilous take on the Trumpian world. And we have her full quotes right here. The show's created and showrun by Tony Gilroy. He's the guy who wrote Rogue One. Here's the quote from her. Tony Gilroy has written a great scurrilous take on the Trumpian world. Our world is exploding in different places right now. People's rights are disappearing. And Andor reflects that. Yikes. In the show, the Empire is taking over, and it feels like the same thing is happening in reality too.
Wow. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, why these people? I don't know. Are they that disconnected with their audience that they think people go watch their material to basically? We know what she's saying is nonsense, but let's even assume, just for the sake of conversation, that it was true. Why on earth would I want to go watch a fantasy, kind of setting or whatever, and it be the same exact thing? What's the point there? And I guess they just don't believe in escapism at all.
If that were true, you would want to escape from that.
Yeah.
You want to forget it.
It's like, do they think they're being like original and intelligent and spicy by doing the same thing that every other show does? Like every show I watch in like the 4th season, it's like, oh, by the way, the main character's basically Trump. And I'm like, God damn it, every time I'm trying to enjoy this show, I got my tissues and everything.
Well, you know what?
They every time, dude, they got the damn Trump and stuff. And it's like they don't have any original ideas. This doesn't make sense to me. It all seems
imagine a Trumpian world.
Low gas prices.
They're talking about the Trumpian world. We are 2 years removed from this guy being president.
Yeah.
Right? All your rights that are being taken away right now, they're still blaming Trump for it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, Trump's not in control. Codify that shit in law. You can't do it because people actually want to get fucking reelected. So you're blaming Trump still.
Using it as leverage, man.
These people are crazy.
I've heard like a lot of people seem to think that this looks really good. You know what I mean? This trailer.
This time it will be different.
I have no interest in Andor personally because it's Disney Star Wars, just like everything Disney Star Wars. However, I said that this show has the highest potential to not be a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Because it involves the least important people possible.
Yeah.
It's in an era that hasn't been very explored in depth.
Yeah.
Sure, you have Rebels. That is surface level fucking shit.
Yes.
That is not a story that you want to hear about the Empire and the Rebellion.
Yeah.
That's these fucking goons that are fucking around, these 5 idiots in the Ghost. I hate the Rebels, but anyway. But this could have actually been something cool. A spy thriller set in the Star Wars universe that can actually expand Star Wars instead of making it feel small as hell. But now, looks like a lot of people might have a tough time enjoying it because the people that are writing it fucking despise you and they want you to know it.
This time it will be different.
As soon as a journalist or an actor or a director or a writer comes out with a statement and they're like, the fans are going to be bad because of this phobe reason or this racist reason, that kills it for me immediately. I'm like, oh, cool, it's going to be bad. I don't care.
I saw somebody tweet it out, but he was completely right. He saw this Empire interview with this woman from Andor, this actress from Andor, and he said, LOL, this interview is going to make a lot of people a lot of money because he knows what a bad look that is. Yeah. He knows that someone coming out and saying, we made this as a comparison of Trump and Trump is like the Empire and they're evil. That this is going to have a big impact because people are so Like
Oh, yeah.
our hairs on our neck are already up, waiting for something like this to happen, and it did. But
I'm
it
gonna
just
make
shows,
20 fucking videos on this fucking topic.
There you go, and it shows
I don't
time
even
and
do
time
Star
again.
Wars content. I'll probably pump out 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And when there are people that continue to refuse what Lucasfilm has been telling them for a decade, it's been the same thing over and over and over again. It's not just Kathleen Kennedy that's the problem. Everyone that they bring in, everyone that they hire, almost, because they clearly fire the ones that think different than them. Shout out Gina Carano. But all these people are aligned in lockstep, and this is why you get
I'm on your
creations like
side.
this. We've got shows like Terminalist and Reacher, who like those to me are very non-political at all. And then you have something like Wheel of Time, right, Lofty?
Yeah.
Like we're Wheel of
Trash.
Time, and most people have a huge fucking problem with what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
So
trash. It's
It
terrible.
just kind of seems like for them, it depends a lot on who actually is running these things. Time will tell with Lord of the Rings. But when it comes to Disney Star Wars, just once again, people getting burned because they think it might be different when in reality, it's just more of the same.
I
This
didn't want-
time will be different. Yeah.